So yesterday there was a bombshell report that showed that Donald Trump's ex-lawyer, Michael Cohen, is telling CNN that President Trump knew about the 2016 meeting in Trump Tower. Now that's interesting. Now this is, of course, the meeting that Donald Trump Jr. had taken in an effort to get supposed dirt on Hillary Clinton. Now that dirt would have came from people connected to Russia and to the Russian government. In fact, as I said before, I'll go back to the email that Donald Jr. had gotten from somebody connected and said, this is part of the Russian government's support of Donald Trump. Here, we're going to give you this dirt on Hillary Clinton. So, anyway, let me get to the details. According to sources with the knowledge, Michael Cohen is now willing to make that assertion to special counsel Robert Mueller. He's like, Mueller, I got some information for you. I want to talk to you, right? I know that the president knew about this meeting, and basically he was lying. Okay, anyway. Now, to be clear, 100% clear, the sources said Cohen does not have evidence of this, such as audio recordings to corroborate his claim, but he is willing to attest to his account. So, of course, you could be a little bit skeptical and say, well, Cohen, look, he spent decades lying for Donald Trump. What makes you think that he's telling the truth now? And that's a fair assumption, right? Basically, what you have here are people, everybody in this situation, as I'm going to show you, has already lied a great deal. So really, in order to figure out who might be telling the truth, you kind of have to figure out the motives and such. But anyway, Cohen alleges that he was present along with several others when Trump was informed of the Russians' offer by Trump Jr. By Cohen's account, Trump approved going ahead with the meeting with the Russians, according to their sources. Now, at the meeting, Trump Jr. was joined by his brother-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Paul Manafort, who was then Trump's campaign manager. There were 4 Russians in the room, including a lawyer with Kremlin ties, that is Natalia Veselnitskaya, a businessman who worked for an oligarch, and a lobbyist with old KGB connections. Now, the June 2016 meeting was arranged after a publicist who knew Trump Jr. told him in emails that a senior Russian official offered to provide the Trump campaign with damaging information about Hillary Clinton, and that the outreach, and this was in the email, part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump. Now, at the time, the Russian operative to covertly boost Trump's candidate wasn't publicly known. Trump Jr. had responded, quote, "If it's what you say, I love it," and then started to arrange the meeting. Now, of course, they ended up having that meeting, and supposedly nothing came of that meeting. We don't necessarily know what came of that meeting, but Donald Trump Jr.'s account is they started talking about the Maginski Act, and then I got bored because they weren't talking about the dirt on Clinton, so we just kind of left. I mean, they were talking about children and adoption. I don't care about anything about that. No, I care about dirt on Clinton. So that was his official retelling of the meeting. Now, following the revelation of that meeting, Don Jr., of course, said, by the way, even though they didn't have what I wanted, so I didn't even tell my dad about it until later. Which to me doesn't make sense. Why would you not, if somebody came to you with hey, I got dirt on Clinton, your Democratic opponent, and they want a meeting, why would you not tell your father, who is running this campaign? And you're also part of the campaign. You're a surrogate. Why would you not say that? It doesn't make any sense. Of course they talked about it. Of course they did. At least, look, you ask me, that's my opinion, right? I believe wholeheartedly that they did have this conversation, and that Donald Trump Jr. and that Donald Trump has been lying about it this entire time. So in this case, I actually do believe what Michael Cohen has said. Now, afterwards, the Trump team offered misleading explanations and had changed their story several times. So look, the thing about a lie is it's really hard to keep your lies straight, right? And so when the Trump campaign or the Trump administration now comes out and says, oh, this happened. Oh, wait, actually, it was this happened. Oh, actually, you know what? He ended up Donald Trump did know about this, and that was, but nobody knew about it, and Trump didn't know. But come on, dude, how many lies do you have there, and how are you not able to keep them straight? Again, it makes it even more shady. Now, here's the attorney for Donald Trump Jr. I want to give you a quote. Donald Trump Jr. has been professional and responsible throughout the Mueller and congressional investigations. We are confident of the accuracy and reliability of the information that is provided by Mr. Trump Jr. and on his behalf. So maintaining that, no, my father did not know about this meeting where we were going to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. I wasn't going to tell him. I wasn't going to say anything. Why? Because you knew it was wrong? Doubtful. You think Donald Trump Jr. cares about the thing that anything that he does is wrong? You think he's like, ooh, no, you know what? I'm going to take this meeting that is going to be collusion, which, by the way, as I said before, is not a crime. But I'm going to do this meeting, and I'm going to basically make it known that I'm more than willing to do collusion to help my dad out. And then I'm not going to tell him about it. Again, that just doesn't make sense, considering how close the Trump family is to each other. But anyway, I've got more quotes here. Here's President Trump, who's going to respond, quote, I did not know of the meeting with my son, Don Jr. Sounds to me like someone is trying to make up stories in order to get himself out of an unrelated jam. Taxi cabs, anyone? And that's a reference to, of course, what they're investigating in Manhattan when it comes to Cohen. And then here's the great part. So in classic Trump fashion, now he's going to blame Hillary Clinton. Quote, he even retained Bill and Crooked Hillary's lawyer. Gee, I wonder if they helped him make the choice. Oh, no, it's Hillary Clinton. It's Hillary Clinton's fault. Because now she's going and talking to Cohen, and she's telling Cohen to make all these accusations and to make tapes and to do all this stuff. Really? Are you? Really? Now, it's amazing how somebody who spent the first year of Trump's presidency hiding in the woods could be so powerful and influential as to turn your ex-lawyer, your fixer, against you. Weird. I didn't know Hillary had such powers. I mean, sure, she's got rigging powers, but, you know, apparently they weren't good enough to defeat Donald Trump. Anyway, now, to be fair, though, look, this is a new admission from Cohen. So either Cohen is lying now or Cohen has lied before. Now, again, I maintain that I believe Cohen is now telling the truth. However, it could be the opposite, and I do admit that. And to show you his inconsistency and why he's not necessarily the greatest, most honest person to listen to, he had privately testified last year in 2 congressional committees that he was not at the meeting, that Donald Trump did not actually know about this meeting with Trump Jr. and the Russians until long afterwards. So that's what he testified in these congressional committees. A source familiar with Cohen's House testimony said he did not testify that Trump had advanced knowledge. Cohen's claims weren't mentioned in separate reports issued by both Republicans and Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee. So, again, is he telling the truth? Is he not telling the truth? I do believe he is in this instance. But again, and I'm going to go to this as you know, and actually quote Giuliani on this, which is the weirdest fucking thing, that he's not necessarily credible because of what he had said before and because of who he worked for. But nonetheless, I'm still going to believe him on this issue at least. But first, let me go to Rudy Giuliani here. He told Chris Cuomo on Cuomo Prime Time Thursday night that Cohen has, quote, been lying all week. He's been lying for years. I just don't see how he's got any credibility. He also said Cohen is the kind of witness that can really destroy your whole case, and called Cohen a pathological liar. So here's what we have, right? We have somebody who's been caught up in lies, calling someone else a liar who covers for another liar. All of these people here are known to be liars. They are known liars. They've all been lying about something. So the truth here is really, really difficult to find. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong in the idea, in the assertion that Cohen now is telling the truth because he has flipped on Donald Trump. But and the reason is, of course, it seems unthinkable that he didn't first bring this meeting to his dad. They didn't say, hey, Dad, I'm meeting with the Russians. I'm meeting with somebody who's got dirt on Clinton. Oh, great. Yeah, go ahead. Because to me, it seems like Donald Trump is the kind of person that would do anything he could to win, even if it's not exactly, wholesome, I guess. I'm trying to find the word here on that. So, but this, of course, would also mean that, look, we are surrounded by liars and cheats and thieves. This entire investigation, I mean, again, you have people, that have turned against Trump, that have been found to have been lying, not necessarily on this, but had lied on behalf of Trump, that had lied to FBI investigators, that have obstructed justice, that have been found guilty doing things like money laundering and wire fraud. And so all this is, right, is basically you're trying to investigate. What Mueller's investigating is a den of thieves, is a snake pit where every snake is worse than the last. And so that's what's going on here. So I do believe, as I said before, Cohen is telling the truth in this, probably to save his own ass. But that's the whole point. You squeeze Cohen, you squeeze him until he goes, okay, finally. Okay, look, here's what's going on. Now, don't give me so much time in prison. And that's what this is. So, now what this means for the Trump administration, look, it ain't going to mean anything good. That's for sure. Look, collusion might not be a crime in itself, but lying to the FBI, doing obstruction of justice, that is. So, what does this mean? Well,
ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
Nope. Not yet. But it feels like we're getting closer. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.